Yo, we back at it. Here's the kicker with my nigga. It's been a minute.
Yo, yo,
We
yo,
back
yo.
at it, y'all.
You
Back
already
at
know?
it. My man BashAR in the lab right now.
Yeah, I'm in here. Sorry for the scruffiness. My barber MIA and vacay.
And it ain't nothing. That's why you gotta have different barbers, man. We treat the barbers how we treat the women, man. Gotta have a variety.
See, I tried that, but I don't know. It don't work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well,
You
then
used
again,
to one.
you missed the technical, so yeah, you gotta have one.
Oh no, I'm a loyal dude. It's hard for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you in there already, And while my man BashAR's in the lab, make sure y'all go check out my man track White Lies. It's on all streaming
Appreciate it.
platforms. The video is out. The video is fire. One of the best videos out right now. Turn that Drake
Appreciate
Nokia,
that.
turn that Drake Nokia video off and stop thinking he dissing Kendrick and go watch my man BashAR White Lies. Go watch some shit
You
with some
already
real
know.
substance to it. I do like that Nokia song though. I ain't gonna lie. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
that shit fire.
Not gonna lie. So yeah, we
That
we
shit is
we
funny.
we, we back at it. We gotta chop it up real quick about this Carmelo Anthony going to the Hall of Fame before you get into your recording and all that.
Yeah, Melo, he deserved it. I'm not gonna say Melo don't deserve it. Melo definitely deserved it. Like in today's NBA, everybody talks about two-way players and three-level scorers. Melo was like a five-level scorer because he could score in the post. That's another level. And just the way his feet work with the ball is just it's just different.
Yeah, real
He could
triple threat and all that.
it's more than that. Like I forgot there was something on ESPN. I forgot what segment I was watching, and they was talking about who's more versatile scorer, Kevin Durant or Carmelo. And the answer is Carmelo. KD can't post you up. Like he's tall enough, but maybe in today's era, I guess you could say that. But Melo was posting up anybody. It don't matter if it was a center, power forward, like anybody could get it.
Yeah,
So
Melo gave
yeah,
everybody hell with the scoring.
yeah, Melo did his thing. It sucks he ain't really go places with New York, you know, but it is what it is.
I mean, he needed that money, but this is a win for New York. So if New York don't win a chip today, at least y'all can say one of y'all legends has went to
I'm
the
not
Hall of
gonna say
Fame.
it's a win. Nah, this ain't a win for New
That's
York.
the
It's a win for Melo. It's a win for Melo fans. It's not a win for New York.
it's a win. It's a win for New York because I mean, y'all gotta take what y'all can get.
Nah, because Melo wasn't at his best in New York. He was at his best in Denver. If anything, if you want to take it there, another win for Denver.
They don't
Like Melo,
Denver don't recognize that number 15 over there. All they see number 15 is Jokic now. They don't recognize Melo
yeah.
over there no more.
But that's why I said Melo, like as an individual player, absolutely amazing. Like whatever word in the book you want to use to describe him fits. But as a teammate, as a competitor, the only thing I give Melo credit, honestly, as a competitor, Melo never flopped to the point where there was a press conference that Melo had, and they asked the refs were actually requesting Melo to flop. They want him to flop because they said it's hard for us to notice whether you're getting fouled or not because you just fight through the contact. And Melo's answer was, I can't flop. I'm gonna feel weird. So, you know, Melo's kind of the last of the
I
dying
respect it.
breed when you think about it. Like I remember there was even that series when Kevin Garnett pulled Melo's shoulder out of place. Like that entire game, Melo kept playing with a dislocated shoulder, and he was balling. It's not even like he wasn't doing nothing. So it's
One
crazy.
thing I bet you Melo wish he'd have played with LeBron in Miami instead of on LA. Melo could have had a ring right now too.
Yeah, he could have, but he did what he did forcing his way out. He wanted his bread, you know. So it is what it is. The only thing I feel like Melo should have done besides the Miami would have not been bad, but like I don't know. Sometimes I wish I saw something on Gilbert Arenas that answered these questions about if Melo would have got drafted to Detroit, if his style and X, Y, and Z would have been different. But then Gilbert Arenas, he actually put that all to bed when he was talking about Larry Brown
Yeah,
and how he wanted to coach.
yeah.
So
Larry
that's why
Larry
I
Larry
think,
Brown ain't believe in rookies.
yeah. And plus, not only that, he already kind of went through like a scorer and, having a superstar with AI. So Gilbert Arenas, he was explaining how like Larry Brown didn't want to go. Like with the Pistons, they were all like level minded. Everybody saw each other as equals. There was nobody bigger than the team.
But I'm gonna say this
So
though, Larry Brown wouldn't have no finals experience without Allen Iverson.
that's very true. 100%. 150%.
So as much as they shoot at Iverson, Iverson definitely benefited a lot of people. Now with Iverson, I feel like if he'd have took his ass to practice more, he'd have a chip. But you won't go
Nah,
practice. And
that ain't the reason.
that's what I'm
The
leaving. AI
only
ain't go to practice. Even though that was funny though. Practice? Not the actual game, but practice?
The reason why AI ain't win because they just didn't build a team around them. If the only thing I would say AI is wrong for, I remember when AI was in his prime, he was so sour about losing to the Lakers. He refused to go play in the West. He refused. He wanted to bring a ring to the East, which was fire, and it made me more of a fan of him. But to think, like I think there was like some San Antonio deal and another deal that was on the table, and he was going to go to the West, but AI said, "Nah, I'm not going." I could be wrong,
But
but
then
I,
look
I
what's so
remember there was
crazy
some
though.
Western deals.
But look what's so crazy. AI ended up on the West anyway.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. He went to Denver, and he was close. They was close, but it's kind of crazy. AI again. They got a team. They're making a run into the playoffs, and who does he lose to again? Kobe. Like
Exactly.
crazy.
Kobe was sending people to where he was at. Now,
Oh
there.
my god. You always got to do that. Oh man, I gotta stop mentioning Kobe. You always gotta freaking say some shit.
R.I.P. Kobe though, man. No, I got love for Kobe, but he was sending the way he at now, doing that to them then.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
it's real. It's definitely real.
So when your man Sean Kemp gonna get in the Hall of Fame?
The Rain Man belongs in the Hall of Fame, bro. That was like one of my favorite players in the '90s. Like not knowing sports, everybody knew who Michael Jordan was. You know what I'm saying? So that's why like I became a Michael Jordan fan. But to be real, when I really started to watch basketball and really started to understand basketball, Sean Kemp, man, that was my guy, Sean Kemp. The only reason why they couldn't beat MJ and the Bulls was because of Rodman. Like because Michael Jordan is who he is, everybody automatically think it was MJ. And I'm not saying MJ didn't do nothing and he didn't contribute. Of course, he's MJ, but you already like at that point, everybody knew who MJ was. You know what I'm saying? So they was gonna accept the fact that MJ is gonna drop 40 or whatever. But to win a chip, it's no secret. You need your role players to deliver.
Yeah,
And Rodman,
you need that role player to be a. You got somebody has to be an X factor to win a championship too. You have to have that X factor.
that was Rodman,
Yeah,
bro.
that's what I know. You know I'm not just a casual basketball head. I know Rodman was the X factor.
Like Rodman was, of course, it goes without saying, he is who he is. But of all the series where he made like an impact, you can even make an argument for I don't know if you could say Finals MVP because MJ was just MJ. But it's like you feel like Rodman deserves some consideration for that Sonic series. because it was crazy. It really was crazy.
I mean,
Some people feel like,
if there was an X Factor award, Rodman would get it, but we all know niggas wasn't getting no Finals MVP over Jordan.
yeah, I mean, Jordan, but not for nothing. Jordan did, like, I forgot how much he averaged, like 30 or 40 during that series. Like, he was killing it. So I'm not saying that Rodman deserved it more than MJ. It's just you knew what you was getting with MJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew what to expect. And at the end of the day, Sean Kemp was still on a tear, even with MJ scoring what he was scoring. There's a lot of times the Sonics would have the lead. You know what I'm saying? But then Rodman with the board, Rodman with the defense, Rodman with the finish at the rim. Like, it was just like,
You know what I think was an MVP for Rodman? Jordan's words. Like Jordan accepted him. Jordan accepted him for him wearing his dresses and all the crazy stuff. As long as he came on the court and ball and win, just him knowing
yeah,
that Jordan accepted him for who he was, I guarantee that was
yeah,
more valuable to him than the MVP trophy.
150%, my guy.
You feel me?
150%.
Now, speaking of Hall of Fame things, Karl Malone, his black ass got lucky because he got in the
That's what
Hall
I'm
of Fame
saying.
before they found out he was in that pedophilia. But guess what? I just talked to my mom about that, and she said they should take all that stuff back from Karl Malone, how they did O.J. Simpson.
Didn't they do something similar to Barry Bonds and for the steroids, or was it Mark McGuire? I don't really watch too much baseball, but I
I think it
remember
might have been
some.
both Barry Bonds and Mark McGuire they took something from.
That's that's what I'm saying. And then it's like, even with Sean Kemp, I get it. He got his whole, the shooting and all that other stuff. Totally get it. But with all things considered, I think we all can agree nothing's worse than what Karl Malone did. Nothing of all the things named, there ain't nothing worse what Karl Malone did. And it's just funny how everyone else is getting penalized for their wrongdoings. But Karl Malone, 2009 or 2010, Hall of Fame. Crazy.
He probably paid somebody off. Probably paid somebody
Ken?
off. As far as I'm concerned, Karl Malone, I'm saying it's on the record. Karl Malone need to be dead. I don't like pedophiles. Die.
Nobody does. Nobody does. Fuck them all.
Like this nigga Karl Malone out there, but yet the league want to short Dwight Howard on stuff because he gay.
Dwight Howard gay?
You ain't hear about the story. Well, for the technical people, not saying you, but for the technical people that defends the rainbow community, they're gonna say Dwight Howard's bisexual, but in order to be bisexual, you gay. So
Nah, you gay. Nah, I'm not hearing that. You gay. You gay. You
but you
bend
ain't.
over for any man, you gay. It's over. Not
Well,
trying to hear that.
pause from the story that's out. Dwight Howard don't bend. He bends other guys over. Pause. No Diddy.
Fuck all. Nah, fuck all that.
That's what I'm just saying. He's still gay. I'm not, but they taking stuff away from him for that. I mean, you ain't hear about the joint where he went to this room, like he was with some guy was willing to do what they do. But
Oh.
Dwight Howard brought in another. Now the nigga who was in the room was a skinny nigga. Dwight Howard is already a big brolic nigga. The dude
Oh
said
my God.
Dwight Howard brought in another brolic nigga, and that's what dude said.
Oh man.
I'm not doing that. No Diddy, y'all, but this is what happened. This is what, and the dude put it out there. Dwight Howard got exposed, and then all of a sudden his ex-wife wanted to talk about she seen weird behavior. What it's like, how you gonna talk about this man's weird behaviors, but you was there. You was
He
letting,
was dead.
yeah, and you was letting Dwight Howard rearrange your guts and all that, but now he weird.
Nah.
Now he weird. When Dwight Howard was slapping her with his Skittles pack, it was all good, right?
Skittles pack is wild.
I mean, he is on
That's
the
crazy.
rainbow. He on the rainbow.
Skittles pack is wild. I ain't never heard of that. Skittles pack. I ain't never heard of that.
Just,
That's a punchline. that's a punchline. Skittles pack.
you know,
Oh man.
Dwight Howard's a Skittles pack, but that still don't mean the NBA should have left him off the top 75. And that's why
I kind of heard.
Damian Lillard, that's why Lillard is going through the shit he's going through right now. He injured again because he should have been on that top 75 list. That should have been Dwight Howard's spot.
But Damian Lillard is top 75?
Yes, Damian Lillard is on that top 75 list, and he shouldn't be there.
Nah, he shouldn't be there. I totally agree with you there. I disagree that it should be Howard instead.
Why?
But bro, because I feel like I would take Klay Thompson over Dwight Howard, and he's not top 75.
Are you Klay?
I would take Klay Thompson over Dwight Howard. And I'm not saying Klay deserves to be top 75. I'm just saying if I had to pick, I'm taking Klay before Dwight. I'm like, maybe he's top 5 or top 10 greatest shooter ever. Like, for me, Dwight Howard, like, his time in Orlando, he just fit that system. He wasn't that type of superstar that you could just plug him anywhere and then he just balls out. Where Klay, before the injury, honestly, you could plug him on any team. Like, yeah, we won't be able to ever see it, but shooters, like, and he's not even like a ISO player. He's like, his play style is very team friendly. Like, who doesn't need a guy who can move without the ball? You know what I'm saying? And Dwight Howard can't create a shot whatsoever. He can't, like, Hakeem Olajuwon quit on him, trying to teach him how to post. So where Klay can catch and shoot, he can create a shot. He plays defense. He guards dudes on the island, not help defense like a lot of other people. I mean, I would have to sit down and think about who deserves the spot. You know what I mean? And say, okay, it should be this person instead. But when I think of top 75, it's one of the reason why I think of Klay, because it's one of the arguments people compare, like KD's Warriors to Larry Bird's Celtics.
I'll say this though. Dwight Howard might not find a way to create his own shot. But pause, being that he's a Skittles pack, he always gonna dunk the ball. No diddy, but I just
we have to say some shit. Oh man, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
You know, no Skittles pack. Even though Dwight Howard is a Skittles pack, but there's certain things you gotta pause right there. You know,
like if Dwight could have won with Kobe, and even if he would have won with Kobe, it wouldn't not all of a sudden make him a shot creator or anything else. But you could make the argument that, okay, Dwight Howard is great no matter where he went. And when he went with a player like Kobe and Pau Gasol, with Ron Artest and all the other guys, they elevated even better. Because correct me if I'm wrong, when Dwight came in, he was replacing Andrew Bynum, who was at the time pretty good until, his injuries and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, now you got Dwight Howard and you can't make it work. And it wasn't even Kobe, it was Dwight. Like, everybody else was like, I don't even think it was Kobe too. I think it was a mixture of Kobe and Phil.
But look what happened though. Dwight Howard eventually wins a ring on the Lakers. I know it might be in that bubble.
Yeah, but
because that's everybody. Because everybody say the bubble don't count because LeBron won the chip, but
no, that's not why. That's not why. That's not why the bubble don't count.
Well, majority blames that on LeBron. They say it's a Mickey Mouse ring because LeBron got it.
That's some hate. I say the bubble don't count too, but not because of who won. Absolutely not. It has nothing to do with that. The reason why I feel like the bubble don't count is because it's hard to play 82 games and then go on a playoff run. Like, not everybody could do it. That's why dudes load manage. That's the number one reason why everybody loads manage. Because of that.
LeBron could have won another ring with Dwight if they'd have brought him back, even though Dwight Howard's a Skittles pack. But guess what? Know what that'll do on the defense, though? Niggas will be scared to post up on Dwight because they know he has Skittles pack. People points to be low. Like, think about it. Jokic try to go on the post. Jokic not going to score that much because Dwight Howard's a Skittles pack. Niggas going to get scared. They don't want to get close to him. None of that.
That's hilarious. That's
That would have
hilarious.
boosted that would have made their defense like a 95.
I feel like the only reason why Dwight would still make an impact is for the simple fact that it's like how many bigs are there really? We're in a we play the NBA is in an era where Draymond Green at 6'7" could play center. So odds are Dwight probably can still play center in today's, type of basketball. But to say that, you know, if they kept Dwight, would they win the ring? That's hard to say because again, the reason why for me, I say the bubble ring don't count because I feel like that squad that won the chip, had they have to go through a regular season and a playoffs right after, they're not winning the ring. They're going to be tired. They're going to be worn out. The main reason, even at the end of that season, I know LeBron and AD sustained an injury. If my memory serves me right, I remember them saying season-ending injury, but it was such a while ago that I don't remember if it was season-ending. But regardless of the fact, they both got hurt. So going into the playoffs, they would not have been 100%. And going against a player like Joker and others, and you not 100%, would have worked against them. Instead, league shuts down. And literally, when the league starts back up, it's the playoffs. They're not even starting back up for the regular season. So, like, you just basically ended the season and then started a new season that only lasted a few months and gave somebody a chip. It's like no different than
And
when the
look,
NBA starts now and they got that tournament. What's the name of that tournament? The in-season tournament? It's the
yeah,
same thing.
but they all play for it. No home court advantage. One of the purest forms of basketball, right? Nobody can boo you. So if you out there missing freedom, you can't say you was distracted by anything.
Yeah, okay. I mean that's part of basketball, but that's not a big deal. I'm not gonna harp on that. My whole thing is just, as you get older, it's hard to stay healthy. And they had a cheat code. Just sit home for 4 or 5 months. And then when LeBron says how hard the bubble was, oh my God, it was so hard staying in a 5-star room, eating a meal that was worth millions of dollars. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, give me a break, bro.
I mean, think about it, though.
Like,
If you eating meals that's high class, do you want to eat in a tight ass room like you in jail?
but he wasn't in a tight ass room. Who said they were in a suite? They were comfortable.
They wanted more space, man. You know, LeBron wanted more space than that.
Nah,
You
come
know
on,
how
man.
some
That's what I'm
people is
saying.
with that caliber of money. You know, some people is greedy. They want more.
Well, okay, greedy, they want more. That's fine. But that just proves my point more that the bubble wasn't a struggle. It wasn't a struggle at all. You want to say you miss your kids, you miss your family? All right, fine. But again, it wasn't like they make it seem like as if they went through some harsh working conditions or, oh my God, nobody would be able to handle this and the mental capacity. Like, what mental capacity? You just said it. Ain't nobody booing you. Ain't nobody nothing. The only mental aspect that you could say maybe, okay, you don't get to see your family and you're not in your comfort zone.
And
But
then also you gotta think
that's
about a
it.
lot of people now. We in the era where a lot of people have a weak mental anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that shit is just like that just proves what you just said. Like you
No
going
disrespect to those with the weak mental. You know, we know mental health is serious, but some of y'all is bullshitting with that mental health. Y'all motherfuckers not
bullshit.
retarded. Y'all not retarded. How y'all say y'all are. Like you want to be retarded? Let somebody slap you with a pro ball, knock you out your motherfucking mind. Then you can be retarded.
Because everybody finds it easier to complain than work hard. Like if I can complain, or perfect example, like the difference between Melo and LeBron. Melo feels like I got to fight through this contact and I'm gonna work hard and score. Melo, nah. As soon as he touched me, I'm going to the ground. Ah, so teach their own. Like
To each their own. You know, we
person with
can't talk about flopping without the king of flopping. You know, James Harden is the king of that though. James Harden is the king of flopping.
he is.
You know, shout out to New York again. Yeah, New York, y'all got to win by having Carmelo in the Hall of Fame. Hopefully, y'all retire Carmelo jersey I'm saying at least y'all get something nice this season because the Knicks not getting a chip.
I mean, I would have agreed with you if it was like 3 weeks ago that Harden is the king of flopping because of the amount of free throw attempts he got off of that shit.
King of
I would
flopping.
have agreed with you. But the fact that LeBron just came back from an injury that he sustained while flopping, for me, made him the king of flopping. Like how you
Because you
fake
got
an
hurt.
injury,
He didn't.
bro. He
How y'all
fakes
know
it.
he faked the injury? What's up with this conspiracy? And y'all say he
No,
was
it's not a
faking.
conspiracy. Go look at how he injured his groin. He's going to the ground holding his face, but he injures his groin. How does that work?
Why would I want to look at that again? Am I Dwight Howard?
No, I'm just. It's not. I'm just. It's not even about that, bro. I'm just saying when you see him going to the ground, you would think, oh, he injured something in his upper body, around his neck, his face, something, because that's what he's holding. That's what he's complaining about. But he injured his groin, bro. Like a complete different body part on the opposite side of the body. Like to me, that was karma. That was God.
Well,
You did all.
I didn't tell us to everybody. I mean, that is karma, but I got the secret call that LeBron needed a wheelchair for about 20 minutes. So I had to send motivational emails because I'm the king of the wheelchairs, or to tell people how to keep their spirits up and all that. So I had to send a motivational email. I still ain't get paid yet. They owe me a couple
That's
$100.
funny.
I had to send
That's
a
funny.
motivational email. He needed a
That's
wheelchair for
hilarious.
about 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And
So yeah, for
I
me, that's
told
the only
LeBron
reason why I say.
if you faking it and you in that wheelchair, my nigga, like just know it's gonna get worse.
And he wasn't faking it. That's the crazy shit. But he did that injury faking another injury. So like I would have like again, I was agreeing with you. James Harden is a king of flopping because the amount of points he scored on those free throws
Yeah, he the king.
is crazy. It's crazy. I'm not gonna even act like it's not crazy. But
And he's slicker with the flop. Like he made sure the ref, he managed to angle himself where the refs is right there. LeBron has flopped in front of the refs a lot, and there's a lot of calls he don't get for it because the refs, like, all right, LeBron, you got away with it over there, but I'm not letting you get away with it no more. Like this shit stop.
I mean, but to play devil's advocate, here's the kicker. When James Harden when he was like flopping and all this other stuff, he was kind of doing things that were like within the rules. Let me explain. Like Steph Curry did this too, which is like, let's say you pump fake and the defender jumps, they would like jump up and jump into the defender. That was a foul before. It's not a foul anymore. And James Harden was like so notorious for that because bro, like his ball handle pause was so fucking insane.
Why you see
The way he was,
that's that over pausing shit. Why you pausing that?
I said ball handle. I mean, I couldn't help it. You just put that. You put the
If
pause
you
in
would have
my
said
head. You put.
if you would have said Dwight Howard, that's pause.
I'm just saying. You put that in my. You put the pause in my head, bro. You put the pause in my head.
You
So
gotta see. That's that Skittles pack talk right there. You gotta see.
so I was like, I'm scared now. I'm scared. You got me freaking paranoid. I had to say pause. Like, what you want me to say, bro? But James Harden, bro, he was a magician with that basketball when he was on the Rockets. Like, so it's like some of it, yeah, was flopping, but other shit was like he just caught the defender jumping and he jumped into him, and that was a foul before. So with LeBron, his flopping, he dead ass fell backwards. I'll never forget when he was on the Heat. There was this one game the Heat played. I think it was against the Pacers. I don't remember the who they played, so I could be wrong about the Pacers. But like there was an argument between him and another player, and they pushed LeBron, and this dude LeBron slid on the floor like freaking 5-6 feet. That shit was crazy. It was crazy.
I'm glad you reminded me of that. I forgot LeBron did those like sliding all the way back. So
Yeah.
LeBron got to be the king because to be sliding all the way back like that.
Sliding is crazy, bro. You on the floor and you put your hands on the floor.
It's like somebody 170 touch you, LeBron. You like something solid muscles sliding back like that. That is crazy.
The crazy shit is LeBron should have been flopping a lot more against the Mavericks when JJ Barea was guarding him, but he decided to try to like
Not,
power through Barea and it didn't work out.
yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. JJ Barea was cooking LeBron too. Like a lot of people don't like to talk about that, but I'll be pointing that out. And I love LeBron, but JJ Barea was cooking him.
Bro, when the Mavericks won, let me tell you this, because of JJ Barea, Puerto Rico was so popping. It would, every day was the Puerto Rican Day parade because of JJ Barea. Like,
Yeah,
I don't remember. Did he bring out the Puerto Rican flag when they won the chip? I don't remember if he did. But I
I mean,
remember he was
if he did,
repping. He was
is lit.
repping.
I'm gonna go back and look that up. But if he did that, that's lit. I don't blame JJ Barea for that. You're supposed to celebrate. You come on. I know he wasn't expecting to win over LeBron, Wade, and Bosh.
Bro, he was repping. He was repping Puerto Rico hard. I remember that. I just don't remember if he brought out the flag during the final after they won the finals. And then it was just so much other shit because, like, I forgot which right before. I don't know if it was game 2 or 3. And I remember you reminded me of this when LeBron and Dwayne Wade was coming into the stadium making fun of Dirk Nowitzki for being sick.
Yeah, they was laughing at him.
And then Dirk cooked him.
Yeah, that made Dirk see blood. That's why I don't mind when people say Dirk got the bloodiest NBA championship ever. I respect that because they made Dirk see blood even more. And then the path that Dirk had to get that ring was crazy.
Bro, the path was insane. He
And
had to
I
beat
can't forget.
Kobe.
Wasn't my man Jason Kidd on the Mavericks at that time? Shout out to my man Jason Kidd.
Yeah, Jason Kidd got his ring.
Shout out
It's
to
funny
Jason
when you
Kidd.
think about it. It's funny when you think about Jason Kidd. He got drafted 96 or 94, something like that. He got drafted in like before. I'm pretty sure before Kobe.
I think it was earlier than 96. He got drafted.
Yeah. So when you think about it, Jason Kidd couldn't make it to the finals during Jordan's era. He made it to the finals during Kobe's era, but couldn't win. But he got a ring at 41 or 42. It was in his 40s against LeBron in his prime. Like Jason Kidd literally played 3 eras.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember that. Jason Kidd didn't make it to the finals with the New Jersey Nets at that time.
Against Kobe, and then against the Spurs, and they lost. But I'm saying before that, when I believe the Phoenix Suns drafted him, he couldn't for the time playing during Jordan's era. Granted, he didn't, he wasn't Jason Kidd like before. You know what I'm saying?
And let me insert this here for y'all. That's gonna correct me with the New Jersey Nets stuff. That's what New Jersey was called. That's what the Nets was called when Jason Kidd was playing. It wasn't no Brooklyn Nets, and it was New Jersey.
It was better in New Jersey.
That's gonna try to correct and don't know the knowledge. Go do the knowledge before y'all come with y'all corrections.
It was way better in New Jersey, bro. Kenyon Martin, Kittle, Keith Van Horn, and then Richard Jefferson. Later, Vince Carter came through.
Did you say Skittles?
No, Kittle.
Oh, I thought you said Skittles. I was about to say, man, don't flip that Dwight Howard shit. I thought you said Skittles.
I believe his first name was Kerry. Or is it Kerry Kittles? I could be wrong about his first. Kerry. It was Kerry. Oh, okay, so I'm right. Okay.
Don't forget about my man Keith Van Horn either.
I said Van Horn. I said Keith Van Horn. I did say that. Keith Van Horn was a problem. How about this? Keith Van Horn was Klay Thompson before Klay Thompson.
I respect that. I can
Keith
respect
Van Horn. Yeah, Keith Van Horn, bro, underrated. And yeah, there's so many freaking guys that need to go to the Hall of Fame. What about Rasheed Wallace? Rasheed Wallace got a ring with the Pistons. You can say he was the X factor for the Pistons for that entire season. He
definitely was the X factor, but the NBA has a problem with niggas that have attitudes like that. So Rasheed will get in, but it'll be a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Rasheed Wallace was a menace. I'll never forget on the Portland Trail Blazers when he fought his own teammate.
Yeah, that's probably why he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. You fighting your own teammates like that? Come on, bro.
For anybody watching right now, go look up NBA fights. You see them holding Rasheed Wallace back. I forgot who he got into a fight with on this team, and he looked at him. He's like, "Yo, don't come any closer. I'll fuck you up." You can read his lips, clear as day. Like he was like, "I'll fuck you up." That shit was so funny, bro. So funny.
Well, I'm saying it's probably why he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. They're probably trying to decide, does Rasheed need to be there? Like, how is he gonna act? But I think Rasheed is good. He deserves Hall of Fame. I'm not gonna lie.
100%, bro. Like I just feel like how can he not, bro? He's a champion. He has maybe one of like just like how Dirk's ring is so crazy. The Pistons is no different because when they didn't only beat Shaq and Kobe, they beat freaking I believe Gary Payton and Karl Malone was on the team with them.
Yeah, I think they were,
So
if I remember correctly.
like yeah, like so in some cases it worked out because we both agree we don't want to see Karl Malone as a champion. So I
I,
guess,
I
you
don't want to
know,
see Karl Malone on Earth. Period, man. He needs to get erased.
yeah, I'm just taking what I can get. You know what I'm saying? So to see Karl Malone lose again, this time, like, okay, when he lost against Jordan, he was on top of his game, blah, blah, blah. It just wasn't enough. When he got to the Lakers, they was piggybacking, It wasn't like even if they would have won, nobody's gonna say, oh, the Lakers won because of Karl Malone or Gary Payton. Nobody would have said that. So it's funny
Well,
when you think about it.
I wouldn't have said that anyway because I knew he's a pedophile. People were saying I'm wilding. Where's the proof at? I had to show people the proof that Karl Malone was a pedophile. People were like, oh, you hating? How am I hating? This is proof right here. Get this nigga out of here.
It's not even like, bro, hating, bro. Just use Google.
No, it ain't no hate, man. Get him out of here, man. Stop defending a pedophile. Nigga, it's crazy.
It's just the thing is, sports doesn't matter what sport. If you're great, it doesn't matter how fucked up of an individual you are. If you're great and the league or team can win and make money off of you, they'll hide everything. When Ray Rice was doing this thing, bro, that whole elevator scene, bro, they hid that footage. That footage was tucked away. You know what I'm saying? Say, Kareem Hunt, when he pushed that girl, and I forgot. I don't know if he kicked her while she was down or some shit. Like she grabbed his leg, or like it was a whole thing. Like freaking Greg Hardy, he went on freaking 60 Minutes, and he told the interviewer, "My wife made me hit her." On national television. And what did the freaking Cowboys do? Sign him. They signed him.
I don't even mean to laugh at that, but that just sounds.
It was hilarious. You on national TV in 60 Minutes, and he's dead serious. My wife made me hit her. I was like, I remember being a teen. I was like, yo, did I just really hear him say that?
Not condoning domestic violence, but what if he had a point? What if she stabbed him?
Oh, that would have been different. I get it, but that's not what happened. She was like a little lady, and you can go look up Greg Hardy, bro. Greg Hardy was like a big dude, maybe even bigger than Ray Lewis.
He said she was a little lady.
Like, bro, like it's not even close, man. Like,
so basically, he could have walked away because he's bigger than him.
Yeah, 100%. Like, look at Kobe's situation when he got with that chick. Because Kobe is who he is, they try to keep that under wraps. They wasn't trying to let that come out. Even Karl Malone's situation, they was trying to keep that under wraps for how long? So Aaron Hernandez was murking dudes. Patriots kept that on the low because they wanted to keep winning. Freaking even, how about this? When the Patriots, the first time they got caught cheating, right? For recording people's practices, you know what the commissioner did? Destroy all the evidence. If that's not crazy, I don't know what is.
It just shows people's willing to throw all their morals away
just
to keep winning,
100%.
And keep money in their pocket, which is insane.
100%.
I personally can't do that. So I guess my pockets will remain where they at because I'm not throwing my morals out for no bread.
Like in a sense, you could say the Chicago Bulls didn't throw their morals out, but they threw a little bit of their principles and procedures, more so their procedures out when they let Rodman go to Vegas. They didn't. They're not doing that for anybody else. They just only, not even for Jordan, they didn't do it for, but they did it for Rodman, just so they could be like, "Yo, we need to keep winning."
I mean, well, with
So
Rodman, they knew he was gonna go to Vegas anyway, so they just catered to someone. They knew he was going anyway.
I guess, but that shit was crazy. Like when
Remember,
you really
Rodman,
think about it,
Rodman wasn't Rodman wrestling on WCW at one point,
I think yeah, he was. He was. He was. He was there with NWO, I believe.
so he was going there anyway.
Yeah, that shit was funny. That shit was funny. But yeah, bro, it's just at the end of the day, bro, when it comes to money, there's no telling what people would do. Like even when you take it to politics, like it's weird. You know what I mean? That's why I even said it in my song, Democrats, Republicans, I need a third group. Because at the end of the day, everybody's going for the money. You know what I'm saying? Like Biden was in office, they're like, oh, we're gonna go into Doge. And I believe Chuck Schumer said this, we're just gonna cut out all the bad stuff and leave all the good stuff. Like literally word for word. That's how he dumbed it down for everybody. Right?
And here's the
Then they
kick
did
on
what
that.
they
And here's the kick
yeah.
on that. That was a nice way for you to segue a plug in to your song White Lies. I like that.
Appreciate that, bro. So like just to sum it up, they did what they did, and and you know for the I don't know what the right side what they had to say about it, but most likely he probably had a problem with it, of course, because they always just go at it, and then it's just funny. Now Trump won, and Trump is doing the same thing, cutting all a bunch of stuff, and instead of like the left side when Biden won, they didn't even tell us what they was cutting. They just say, "Yo, we cutting stuff." Where Trump and Elon Musk, they kind of telling us in a sense what they cutting. Now it could be a lie, that could be another white lie, just to keep us, you know what I'm saying, just walking and not going crazy for whatever reason. But it's just funny when you think about it because when they're cutting out shit, the left side is just getting mad. Oh, we need this money, we need that money, blah blah blah. So it's weird. Like everything is about the bread, bro. Everything is about the bread. It's crazy. In my opinion, it's time to get out the country, bro. But it's hard to make money outside the country, so we stuck.
Well, I don't even think about none of that. I still love America where I'm at. I still thrive here, so I'm not
Oh,
about to start talk.
100%.
I'm not about to start talking that out the country stuff, and the niggas still see me here next year because there's so many people that said that. Like, let me take it back. And back when I was working security, Matthew was like, "Oh, I'm leaving the country." Guess what? All of them is still here in America.
Yeah. If I
It,
could leave, I would, but I can't. I was like, so I'm not going to even act like I'm going to. But if I could, because it's like, here's a perfect example. Forget about politics and everything else. The stuff they put in our food, right? In the grocery stores and all this other stuff. In every other country in the world, there's certain ingredients it's illegal to put in the food. But in the US, it's not. Like it's like one of the like if you ever go to McDonald's in another country, McDonald's is actually healthy. Like it's actually healthy, bro.
them people
I
still dying.
wasn't.
Them people still dying over there, right?
What do you mean in like other countries or the
Like
Middle
they
East?
still dying, right?
I mean, everybody's dying at the end of the day if you eat too much red meat, eat too
And that's
much,
all I want to.
extra.
That's all I want to say. Death is
But it's
guaranteed.
not like
The,
McDonald's
the
because
ending,
there's no obesity.
the ending don't change. Everybody dies.
Yeah, of course, but it got nothing to do. Like here in America, we're obese. Europe is not obese. Like, look at
I'm,
a European model compared to an American model. It's night and day. Ridiculously thin. Plus, an American model, you know how much work they got to put in?
and that's why a
That's
lot of them be. And that's why a lot of them die faster. They too thin. Like eat some fucking meat.
nah, they're not dying faster than Americans. We're Americans are dying faster.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, Americans are dying way faster. I posted some shit today. Some old lady, she freaking smoked cigarettes, ate crazy, you name it. She lived to 122.
See?
122.
So it all depends. Like some people just got it. They can eat whatever and be here.
That's
Other
true.
people,
It is, the genes do matter. Your DNA and all that stuff does matter.
you know what I'm saying,
But
other people won't admit that they just have bad genetics and they think going to the gym is going to fix their genetics. It's not going to fix your genetics. If you're meant to die at
nah,
45, I don't care how much working out you doing. If it's written for you to die at
100%.
45, you're dying at 45.
You're not
You're
wrong.
dying. You're
You're
dying.
not wrong at all. That's 100% true.
But I know your session is coming up in 7 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you.
Go in there and burn it down.
Yeah, we here.
I look forward to hearing more new music. Stop holding up the music because you already know what I said. You already know what I said in your promo. Drop more music before it go from white lies to black eyes.
I got you. 100%. I got you. I got 3 joints on the way. So, yeah, I got you.
We out.
Appreciate you, my man.
Appreciate you, bro. Here's the kicker. Another episode down. We'll be back with another one soon. You know, we're just gonna keep the content flowing for y'all and all that. We appreciate everybody supporting. Here's the kicker, man. We holler at y'all. Bro, stay up. Do your
Appreciate
thing
it.
in the studio.
Love is love, my man. You
Love
already
is
know.
love, bro. Stay up.
Be easy.